Kia ora everyone. Before we begin our service today, just like you to check that your phones are on silent or switched off, please. Second, the bathrooms are located, if you're going down the driveway, walk in through the driveway through the main doors and then turn to your right and the bathrooms are through there. And you'll also be going through those main doors as well to get through to the dining room for a cup of tea and some light refreshments after the service. When we hear the karanga, I would like to ask you to stand, please, and then remain standing until after our karakia and himene to start the service. I think that's it for now. Thank you.
He henore, he karore ki te atua. He mangarongo ki te whenua. He whakaro paiki ngā tāngata katoa. Hangi e te atua, e nā kau hoi. Ki roto, ki tēnā o mātou, whakatongi e tawa i rua tapu. Hei a whina, hei tōitoi o mahi. I roto, i tēnei rā, hamine. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Kia ora te whānau, e noho, please sit. Te aroha, te whakapono, me te rangimārie, tātou e. Is a simple waiata with a simple message of love, hope and peace to everyone. A message, I'm sure, that resonates with you all for the man we love and have come to honour today. Kia ora koutou nau mai, haere mai, my name is Jill Williams, and I am truly privileged to be here with you all today to honour and farewell this marvellous man, to officiate and guide you through our service today. We have come together in this chapel to celebrate the life of a very special person, Dave Walter Matika, darling husband, son, father, father-in-law, pop, brother, uncle and cousin to his whānau, amazing friend to others who knew him well. We come to pay our respects, to say our last goodbyes and to support one another in our loss. Having been diagnosed with myeloma cancer nearly 20 months ago, sadly, on his 7th day at Mercy Hospice, Dave passed away on Tuesday, the 11th of October, devoted wife Leslie at his bedside. At only 59 years of age, while it was his time to leave us, still Dave's passing is bittersweet. There is a part of us that is so sad that he has gone, and then there is another part of us which is thankful that he has been released from this life and any further suffering or decline in his health. Alongside Leslie, Dave also leaves behind his cherished immediate whānau, eldest son Eli and his partner Siobhan, daughter Hilary, partner David and their beautiful 3-week-old baby Esme, and daughter Ruby, who is expecting Dave's second mokopuna, Junie, with her partner Daniel. To you, Leslie, Eli, Hilary and Ruby, we know that Dave meant the world to you and that you will miss him dearly. Everyone here, sitting beside you, everyone at home, everyone overseas are with you here today. We want you to know that we will always stand with you and beside you. We're here when you need us. Live streaming has become a blessing in the past few years, allowing whānau and friends to attend ceremonies that would otherwise exclude them. And so we welcome everyone who has linked into Dave's service online. In particular, we acknowledge Karina, Marta, LJ, Tony, Kiara, Tyler, Linda and Jon, all in Australia, Alan in Wanaka, and Simone and Morris joining us from France, and all other friends and whānau who are tuning in today. Kia ora koutou, nau mai, haere mai. We hope that sharing in our service brings you comfort and peace. Dave's passing also reminds us today of others who have left us, and we respectfully acknowledge them all. In particular, we remember Dave's dad, Walter Waiwai, brother Billy Joe, and his pop, Gerard Gilbert. We also remember Leslie's parents, Terry and June. May this service bless those sacred ties which bind us to those who have gone before. With our busy lives and the best of intentions, it is often difficult to bring whānau together. And while funerals, tangihanga are extremely sad occasions, these are the times when being together means the most. We would especially like to acknowledge Dave's siblings, Pat and Jenny, and Dave's nephews, Aaron and Joel, for travelling here from Australia. Also, whether you have travelled near or far, your love and support is warmly felt. Your presence means everything. Thank you so much for coming along today. An important reason for having this service is so that we can gather up the memories that Dave leaves us, memories we can take into the future as we travel on without his physical presence beside us. I remember meeting Dave, and it was during preparations for the tangihanga of Leslie's dear mum, June. He was quiet that day. I believe he began chemo the day after June's funeral, which was also held here. So while I certainly didn't know Dave well, I was saddened by his loss. I'm told he was a lot of fun, cheeky and sociable. He was generous, someone who would do anything for others. He was a hard worker, a provider, a husband, father and proud pop to his beautiful new mokopuna Esme, and excited to know his second mokopuna, Junie, will arrive very soon, and I'm sure their pop Dave will keep diligent watch over his darling mokopuna throughout their lifetimes. I also understand that during his illness he remained positive, determined, strong and stubborn right up until the end. Still, for a man with so much to give, it was a life unfairly cut short. In a moment, Dave's brother Len will share Dave's eulogy with the support of Pat and Jenny, and then his children and whānau will come forward to offer their tributes. To the speakers, I won't introduce you separately, just step up when it's your turn as shown in the service sheets. Thank you, Len, Pat and Jenny. I now invite you forward.
Hello everyone. Kia ora koutou e te whānau. Kia ora tātou e hoa mā. Tēnā koe e Jill Williams, our celebrant for today. Ko taupiri te maunga. Ko waikato te awa. Ko tainui te iwi. Ko tainui te waka. Ko hokanui tōku marae. Ko Jean Olive Victoria, Matika Raua. Ko Walter Waiwai Matika, Oku Mātua. Ko Karina Rātou, ko Dave, our bro. Ko Patrick, Oku Tuakana. Ko Jeannie Rātou. Ko Mata, ko Billy Joe, taku tuahine, taku teina. Ko Monique Luff, hoa wahine, rangatira. Ko Samson, Rātou, ko Kimura, ko Leroy, taku ngā tamariki. Ko Leonard Matika, tōku ingoa. I can't believe our brother has really gone, leaving us too soon. He left behind a lifetime of memories that we can celebrate. Dave's memories will live on when we hear his favourite music or eat his favourite kai. Bro, I'm honoured to be asked to do the eulogy for you today. This has been one of the hardest things for me personally. How do I get this on paper, in my phone, let alone read it out? But here I am to represent you and our whānau. I will do my best. Dave was born on the 2nd of January 1963, here in Auckland, to Walter, Dad, and Jean Gilbert Matika, Mum. One of 7 siblings, Karina, Pat, myself, Jeannie, Marta, and the late Billy Joe. He was one of a kind, very protective in nature, strong-willed. Now, a lot of this Jill may have mentioned, but I'll carry on. Good dresser, looking like John Travolta. Yeah. From Saturday Night Fever. I don't think he ever mastered those platform shoes, though. You know those, yeah, anyway. Always that busy guy, just getting shit done. He may have been my bigger brother, but I was never left out by him. He would take me along with him and his friends when they got up to mischief. A bit of a tahe in his younger days. It was so exciting for me to be included by the brother I always looked up to, and was one of the coolest to me. He was really cool. Dave was pretty cool. He would make me laugh a lot. Growing up in the 70s, we moved to Māngere, 18 Kemble Close, phone number 275-9181. Holy moly, who brings that up? Yeah. We grew up fast there, And if only that house could talk. Mum and Dad would have their boozy parties, cars parked all down the driveway. Dave would go out and siphon off petrol. Oh, yeah. Petrol from their cars. So funny. Dave attended schools, Jean Batten, Naiwi, Arahanga, and Māngere College. Seek the heights. Three of us played rugby for Manukau Rovers. Dave was on the wing because he was skinny and fast. Some of you will know him as his nickname, Bones. That's what they called him, Bones. Dave always had my back on and off the field. We won the championship 3 years in a row. Yeah, that was cool. He met the love of his life, Elvis. Leslie. He even travelled to Memphis to meet the king himself, but sadly Elvis had left the building. But seriously, the bro was a huge fan. All Elvis songs will have very fond memories for me. I remember when we all attended a costume party over at Susan's. He dressed up like his idol. He looked more like James Brown. Not that he appreciated this comment at all. Dave was not just an Elvis fan, he thought he was Elvis. Yeah, man, he did. Not that he looked like him, but after a few beers, he could move like him. Yeah. Pat and Dave always battled who was the best Elvis. I just wanted to be Michael Jackson. Jeannie wanted to be Janet Jackson. And Karina wanted to be Donna Summer. Yeah. Oh. Go, Donna Summer. Yeah, thank God it's Friday. Les met Dave at a Guy Fawkes party hosted by Leslie's mum and dad 37 years ago. Les was the fresh age of 18, Dave was 22. Les needed a light, and Dave was there to spark the flame. Literally, Les whipped out her segi and asked, "Who's got a light?" And there he was, the king. The king himself. As time went on, Les got introduced to camping with Dave and the dog Shah, his German shepherd. It was so easy being just the two of them at this time. Les even went to Whangateo for the first time when Mum and Dad used to go there back in the day. Before getting married, they went to LA and Graceland, Memphis. Most Americans thought he was a New Mexican, which he thought was great. Following on from there was a proposal so thoughtful and so romantic. Was on the motorway on the tip-top corner. "Hey Les, you want to get hitched?" And with the magical gesture, they got married, 30th of July, 1993. Married for 28 years. Rua takau mā waru i te tau. Followed by a honeymoon in Thailand and 3 beautiful children, Eli born 1996, Hills 1999, and Ruby 2001. They spent 20 years in Onehunga, and 10 years in Mount Roskill. Dave started his working career as a cabinet maker, then followed by savoury construction for 23 years. Rua takau mātoru. Years and finishing up with Access Solutions, which was his last job. He owned many cars, but one car that stands out for us was a Triumph Herald. A car where Dave thought it was a great idea to cut the roof off with a hacksaw to make it a convertible. You remember that, bro? Lifting all 4 corners of the car roof off. to make a convertible. Then we could cruise through Mission Bay. Yeah. The classic purple V8 Statesman. Even though he loved his car, one day on the way to surf, he crashed it on the way to Piha. Left it on the side of the road and hitchhiked to the surf where Pat and I were already in the water. Surfing was his favourite pastime, along with rock fishing with his brothers and friends. A few things to mention about Dave's achievements. In 2014, he achieved level 1 and 2 in Te Reo Māori. Gee, I never knew that. Yeah. Ka wai, kauma, ka mai te wihi. He became king of the kitchen for Mount Albert Grammar. He came in handy when he was moving house. He'd turn up in his big truck, load and unload, payment a box of beers. Sure, bro. Always lending a hand. We will miss that so much. He talked about starting a side hustle, as he had moved so many people over the years, some more than often than others. You know who you are. Whangateao camping grounds. Dave loved this place, taking his family there every year for 20 years. New Year's Eve, always off visiting the whole campsite. Back to the kids before rolling into bed. Very social bunny. One of my last memories I made with Dave, which is the same time I noticed the bro was not well. The day of America's Cup, Dave thought it would be a great idea to go fishing in his little yellow waka. Little boo. Off we went with our fishing gear, sausage rolls and meat pies. Weather was mean, Tamanui Te Rā was out. He had us. The sun. Lines in the water, but didn't catch any keepers. Time to head home. We could see all the flash boats arriving, and Team Emirates were out training. Time to get out of the way or join the race. Little Boo wouldn't start. It was at that point I was most thankful Dave had my back again. He would be using, for the first time ever, his Coast Guard membership. Yeah, cool. Yeah. We got towed back and laughed the whole way. What a way to have first seats to the America's Cup. What a special day for us out on the water, and something that will last with me forever, my bro. It was certainly noticed how much weight Dave had lost in the last few years. Loved ones around him feeling concerned, but not Dave. He found himself excited and keen to start shopping up a storm. As he had found himself a new style, he could now fit everything he wanted to wear in the younger days, looking very sharp indeed. I would like to thank my bro, sis, and nephews for making the trip over from Aussie, along with everyone else who has travelled afar. Also to those who are streaming on the live feed to join us today from afar. Dave was 59 years old when he passed on Tuesday the 11th October at Mercy Hospice. How I have talked about you, bro, is just a snippet into your extraordinary 59 years. It would take a volume and many more to outline an amazing life you had. Your amazing legacy is now with your children, Eli, Hillary, Ruby, and their children, Esme and Junie. We made memories that will always bring a smile. The fact that you're no longer here will always cause me pain, but you're forever in my heart until we meet again. Say hi to Dad, bro, for us. Whakataka te hau ki te uru. Whakataka te hau ki te tonga. Ki a mā kina ki uta. Ki a mā taratara ki tai. Ehi aki ana te atakura. He tiho, he huka, he hauhu. Tihei mauri ora. Surrender to what is. Leave what was. Have faith in what will be. Kia ora koutou. Tēnā tātou katoa.
Hello everybody, I just want to say a few words on behalf of my mum. My darling, you amaze me with your strength. With your strength, mental and physical determination, and stubbornness till the end. I am numb and heartbroken. Angry, you were never supposed to leave us. But in our own way, our own coping mechanism, our own silly way, we make jokes and laugh, as we always have. I've been telling you off just like normal. I get the last word. I don't like that. Our lives will never be the same. You would be extremely proud of your kids. They have worked so hard. And have pulled together just our little family unit. I know you are looking out for us, my sweet, my favorite control freak. Izzy sleeps so well on Pop's side of the bed. There is still so much we haven't done. Something that Susan said, the world will not be the same place without Dave, Matika. This is true. You will never be forgotten. We talk about you all the time. That will never change. I just want to say a huge thanks to all our family and our friends for their amazing help and support. I couldn't have made it through without you all. Sending you so much love. Love you always, my darling. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ngā mihi nui ki a koutou katoa. Ko taupiri te maunga. Ko waikato te awa, ko tainui te iwi, ko hokanui te marae, ko Ngāti Wairere tōku apu, ko Leslie tōku māma, ko Dave tōku pāpa, ko Matika tōku whānau, ko Eli tōku ingoa. Kua whakaroika mai I roto e te wharanei, ko te kaupapa mo tēnei rā. Tuku pāpa Dave, Walter Matika. Te mamai e kuri e motu e ngā kau. This is a never-ending pain in my heart. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to this beautiful whare. And for the main reason that we are here today, my dad, Dave. Dad, I believe you're a man of few words. Unfortunately for everyone here, I am not. My mother, she nurtured me from a baby to a boy. But my father, he taught me how to be a man. To honor your word, and that your word is your bond. And that's all a man really has in this world. He would tell me to be uprighteous, to defend people who couldn't defend themselves, not to look on or do nothing, to have the mana to walk up with your chin held high, and your head up. To always look someone in the eye when speaking to them. That's how he would speak to me as a boy and a young man. He taught me that no one is ever above you, nor are you above anyone else. He taught me to lead by not what I say, but what I do. No one will follow someone who is not prepared to work. Dad, you made the biggest impression on my life. Everything I've said before doesn't even begin to explain the man you are in my eyes. We didn't always see eye to eye, my dad and I, as I was growing up, but I'm glad we had the opportunity to make peace with each other in the end. Despite the circumstances, the past year or two gave us a chance to bond, not only as father and son, but as friends. I'm thankful for those moments we got to experience while we had a chance. The day before you passed, while it was just you, little Esme and I, you told me, you'll know what to do when the time comes. It's almost as if you knew. You left pretty big shoes for me to fill, if I'm being honest. I don't know whether if I'm ready for this responsibility, but I know that you will be walking beside me, guiding me where I need to be and where I belong. Dad, I hope you're looking down on me and are proud of the man that I am now. I promise to always look after our girls. I told you. I told you the day before you passed, I'll always do that for you. You and I, we didn't do I love yous. We said that in our own special way, without words. And even in the silence, we had our own language. But today isn't about being silent. It's about celebrating your life, honoring the man that you are and the man that we will remember you as. I just want to say a little quick story. I used to play hockey when I was young. My dad wasn't too fond of hockey. He loved rugby. And we were driving one day after one of my trainings, and I said to him, "Hey Dad, I think I might join rugby." Of course, let's go to Rebel Sports, let's get your stuff, let's go, done. Registration, let's go. And there's only one place that I was going, Matika Rovers. Boy, you've been playing hockey too long. You've been hanging around too many of the girls in our family. You need some mongrel in you. So off to Matika Rovers I went. 2006 maybe, on a Tuesday. He drove me there to Matika Rovers. We pulled up. He said, "There's your team right there. I know that fella right there. You just go and see him." Okay. Sweet, hopped out of the truck. Bip, bip, see ya. He left me there by myself in a baptism of fire. In saying that, he did the exact same when, without telling my mother, I was 15 years old at boarding school, and he came to me, it was near my birthday, and he said to me, "It's about time you got a tamoku, don't you think?" Hell yeah, I'm keen. So, off we went up to Karangahape Road. We pulled into a tautai. He saw an old friend from Mangere College. And he said, "Yeah, kia ora bro, here's my boy. He's getting his tamoku. How old is he?" "Oh yeah, no, he's 16. "Is he?" I was 15 years old, and he said, worked out the whole whakapapa and did all the drawing up. And then there it goes again, "Dad, see you boy." And I sat there for 4 hours by myself with someone getting their face tattooed in front of me. Try not to cry because it hurt so much, but he said, "You'll be sweet, you'll be all right." That was my dad. Tough, strong till the end. Dad, I love you and I miss you. It's going to be hard to do this without you, but I got this. I know you'll be by my side. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Tau kato hei! Tau kato hei! Tau kato ki runga mai kato hei ra raine! Nē ara tuara, ara tau! Hei tore kare! Hei tore kata! Ho maira, tuakia wete!
Hello everyone. My name is Hilary. I'm Dave and Leslie's eldest daughter. First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming today and acknowledge all of Dad's friends and family that could not make it. This has been one of the hardest weeks of my life, and I never wanted this day to come, but I feel that the love and support from all of you has made it a little easier. Dad, where do I begin? Well, one of my earliest memories of Dad would be up at Whangatiao. We always had this game we would play while he took me to the toilet to make sure we were still with each other. I'd say, "Dad, are you there?" And he'd always reply, "Yep." "Hills, are you there?" "Yep." But on this particular day, being the observant little kid that I was, I had some different questions for our game. "Dad, are you there?" "Yep." "Hills, are you there?" "Yep." "Dad, you're married to Mum, eh?" "Yes." "But she doesn't like you." Dad caught eyes with another man who'd just come out of the toilet smirking at him, and I had never been rushed out so fast. And that was the last time we played that game. Dad loved camping. He'd always volunteer to come up to my school camps with me. One year he came up to Camperdeer when I was in primary school, and he pulled into the court with his savouries truck, and all the kids thought that he made pies. He wasn't making any pies at that time, but he definitely was eating a lot of them. One night up at Camperdeer, we had a Burma trail. Dad had put his hand up to be one of the parents that would stay in the forest and help guide us kids through. What I didn't know was that he thought it would be a good idea to try and scare us while we were all in there. Halfway through the trail, we all heard a big bang, and all the kids were screaming. Later, when I finished the trail and got out, Dad was looking a little sore, and he told me that he tried to be a gorilla and swing on the tree, breaking the branch in the process. Dad's savoury truck took me, Eli, and Ruby everywhere. School, kapahaka practices, trips down the line for Dad's work, and even to meet up with boys. I'd always remember feeling so shamed pulling up to my dates in a huge truck and Dad with his black shades on, arm hanging out the window. He would always make sure I was safe before he left, and if his stare could kill, every boy I'd ever been on a date with would be dead. But with one of the boys I met, even Dad's nastiest stares couldn't kill. Although he may have tried to in the first years of me dating David, he knew I was in love and happy, and that was all that mattered to him. David and I gave Mum and Dad their first grandchild, Esme, just 3 weeks ago. He was the happiest I'd ever seen him. No more calls asking about me. It was straight to business with Dad saying, "Where's my baby? Bring her up to see us." Everyone always mentions her long fingers, and Dad was the first to pipe up and claim that she takes after him. Nothing to do with the parents that made her, of course. In those short 3 weeks, Esme and her pop shared many cuddles, kisses, and naps together. His last day was spent with his grandbaby. Dad, I am heartbroken, but I promise Esme is going to know all about her cheeky pop. I'll try to teach her how to fish, be handy with tools, and make the best fry bread, but it won't be the same without you. Nothing will ever be the same. I I know you're looking down on us, and I hope I'm making you proud. It's an honor to be your daughter, and it was the privilege of a lifetime to spend it by your side. I will forever be a daddy's girl. I'm not ready to say goodbye to you yet, so until that time comes, I'll see you soon, Dad. I love you.
Kia ora, friends and family. For those who don't know me, my name is Ruby, and I am Dave and Leslie's youngest daughter. What can I say? I feel so broken standing in front of you all here today. I truly wish I could enjoy all of your presence here with a full heart. But I struggle in this bittersweet time. Saying goodbye to Dad as I welcome his second granddaughter into this world in just a few weeks. To be brutally honest, it's fucking heartbreaking. This is my biggest nightmare come true. A great loss I have no idea how I will handle. I look over at you, Dad, and I still think you're sleeping. I feel like I've reverted back to being a little girl, waiting for the impossible to happen, for you to wake up like nothing was wrong. But everything is so wrong, Dad. It's so unfair. I can't even comprehend that you're gone. I'm in complete and utter denial. And I can't even stomach the fact that this is the last day we will physically see you or touch you. I struggle to even write this down because my eyes don't believe these words. You could tell me 1,000,000 times he's gone, and I will still wonder where to. I hope to God, wherever you are, Dad, that you're still watching over us and protecting us. I always believed that if Dad wanted to, he could stop the world from spinning. And on October the 11th, he did exactly that, quietly leaving us in the morning as if he was sneaking off to work like old times. I love you so much, Dad. I'll never stop singing your praises to everyone. You have been the greatest dad to me for the past 21 years of my life, and I owe so much to you. Thank you for everything you've ever done for me and taught me. I will continue to keep our promises safe within my heart. I love you eternally. See you later, Dad. Love, boo. Thank you.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Catherine, and I am the eldest niece on the Matika side. I am daughter of Karina and Raymond, and Karina being Dave's eldest sister. I have the privilege to speak on behalf of the rest of my Matika cousins and to share a few memories that we have of Uncle Dave. While speaking to my cousins over the last few days, we came to the realization that it is possible that Uncle Dave didn't actually know our names. For example, I don't think I have ever heard Uncle Dave call me Kat or Catherine. He's only ever called me baby, and Cousin Tony said that Uncle Dave only ever called him son, and Lenny John was called Johnny Len. The conclusion we came to, though, was that this was actually more of a reference to how Uncle Dave thought of us, as we were not just Kat, Tony, or LJ. He always treated us as if he was our dad, and that was evident by other things that we will share today. A long time ago, Caleb and I were living in Mangere Bridge, and our yard was full of big fruit trees. Uncle caught wind of this and called me super excited about it one day and asked what we were planning on doing with it. I told Uncle they were actually a big pain in the butt, and when they were fruiting, as the plums and peaches ended up all over the place and it got really messy, Uncle then asked me whether he could pop round and grab some, and I was like, yeah, of course, come over, take as many as you like. The next day, we're sitting in the lounge watching TV, we look out and Uncle is reversing his big flatbed truck into the driveway. Nothing unusual. Uncle used to drive his truck everywhere, so apologies to Savoury. Anyway, Uncle parks up and boosts Eli into the tree and then tells him to start jumping up and down on the branches. After clearing out the peach tree, he turns his sights to the plum tree, which is a bit harder to access, but where there is a will, there is a way. And by the time Uncle and Eli left, the back of the truck was laden with fruit. Who knows what he did with it? I wondered whether there was an Uncle Dave's fresh fruit stall at the market for the next couple of weeks. But it was an impressive sight. One thing we do know, though, is Uncle never wasted anything. So when I suggested they were going to waste, he got onto it straight away. This belief was always evident with Uncle Dave, and as many of you here will know, he was very resourceful. You even saw this with his woodwork, always transforming and repurposing something into another thing, and being proud as punch of it. He had so much pride in whatever he did. Yesterday I was thinking about growing up. Uncle Dave was that tough, burly man's man. But for us, he was softer than a marshmallow. Actually, all our uncles are soft marshmallows. And I thought of this really embarrassing story that I had somehow suppressed. In my youth, being a poor uni student and all that good stuff, I was asked to be a ring girl. You know, those bikini-clad girls who hold signs up in a boxing ring? And my whānau will know I am straighter than a ruler. The money just sounded amazing. I actually entertained the thought. But after it was pointed out who the crowd would be at this event, I knew if I didn't want to go by myself. So what do? I jump on the phone and I call Uncle Dave. I called him and I said, Uncle Dave, I'm thinking of doing this ring girl job, but I don't want to go by myself. Can you come with me? He didn't judge. He didn't even hesitate. He was like, of course, baby, what time? That was it. No, where is it? What is it? What the hell? Nothing, just what time? And no, I didn't do it. Uncle Dave loved telling us about his surfing stories with Uncle Pat, Uncle Len, and my dad Raymond. You could see the glimmer in his eyes. He was always so animated talking about the big waves he caught or the big waves he used to drop in on, which would segue into the even funnier encounters afterwards. I think that's why we all have a love for the ocean, for surfing, and for adventure. Perhaps the only other thing that gave him the same glimmer in his eye or bounce in his step, which wasn't just Elvis, was seafood. Uncle really loved seafood, especially kina, and this is something else I think he shared with us. Well, everyone except for Tony. Tony was telling us a story the other night of the time that Uncle Dave made him eat a kina when he was about 6 or 7 at Kimball Close. This apparently caused Tony to dry reach for the next day and has firmly put him off seafood for the rest of his life. It sounds like this might not have been an isolated kina experience, as I've heard it a couple of times over the last couple of days. But don't worry, Uncle. I will step up and I will ensure New Zealand's kina stock remains at an appropriate level. We feel so blessed to have had our Uncle Dave in our lives. He was a father figure to all of us. I think that's why, even though we knew this day would eventually come, it's still a shock, and he has left a huge hole in our hearts. How lucky our babies, Olivia, Kieran, Sophia, and Esme, got to meet and know the man we hold so dear and with so much admiration. To our little Junie, we will fill your heart with beautiful stories and memories of your pop. A couple of nights ago at bedtime, my son Kieran says, "Mama, can you wake me up in the night and show me which star Uncle Dave is?" I look forward to showing our babies the brightest star in the night sky. Moi mai rā, ka nui taku aroha, matua keke. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Dee.
There's a lot of people here. Tēnā tātou katoa. Ko te mihi tuatahi ki tō tātou atua, nāna nā mea katoa. Ko te mihi tōroa ki te kingi Māori a kingi tūheitia, me whakahonore tōna ingoa tapu, rire, rire hau, pai mai rire. Ko te mihi tuataru ki te whare tūnei ki te pape e tā kotona, tēnā kōrua. Ki ngā tini mate, haere koutou, whakangaro atura. Ko te mihi tua whā ki a tātou nā kanohi ora, tēnā tātou katoa. Ko rangitoto te maunga, ko waipa te awa, ko tainui te waka, ko Ngāti Maniapoto te iwi, ko Ngāti Rerahu te hapu, ko te aroha, te aharoa te marae, ko Kaylee toku ingoa. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Kaylee and Dave is my uncle. This man has been a pillar of strength in our whānau and been a massive part of mine and my mother Kiri's life. Uncle Dave and Auntie Les are our support system, and they are like a second set of parents to me, and they've been together since I was a baby. Sometimes Uncle Dave would ask me how old I was, so he could remember how long him and Auntie Les were together. Growing up, Auntie Les and Uncle Dave would take me with them wherever they went, on camping trips up to Kaiwi Lakes, in Orewa, and beach visits to Maraetai, and even up north. I spent so much time with them that when they got married, the photographer thought I was actually their daughter and included me in more photos than I should have been in. Then along came Eli, with his big brown eyes, ringlet hair, cheeky smile, and ruined it for me. Then along came Hillary and Ruby, and it was all over. I was demoted because I couldn't fit in their 5-seater car anymore. Uncle Dave should have gotten a van. Even though I call him Uncle Dave, I don't think that title does him any justice. He was so much more than that. I can speak for a few people when I say that he stepped in as a father figure, offering guidance, help, unconditional love, and support when needed. I always felt safe and protected with Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave had many hats: a mechanic who checked my brake pads and oil for me every time I went on a trip, a chauffeur who took me to my first high school ball, a house mover with his truck on the ready. I think he must have moved me and Mum 10,364 times. A chef taking over the barbie, cooking a mean hangi, mussel fritters, and his famous homemade apple pie. Uncle Dave even gave me my first fry bread lesson. He was a detective, sussing out and befriending my boyfriends, telling them to go out on his boat, but never inviting me. He'd give Auntie Les feedback on which ones he liked and which ones he didn't. So I'm still single, thanks Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave was someone you could always rely and count on. I only ever saw Uncle Dave scared 2 times. One was at this creepy house in Rotorua when the spirits he claimed tipped him off the bed. But I think they might have been alcoholic spirits, but we'll agree to disagree, Uncle Dave. And the other one was when he heard, "Here's Chucky." If you know, you know. We've had some amazing times together over the past few years. The onsen pools and a helicopter ride over the Remarkables in Queenstown, visiting the glowworm caves in the Waikato, a road trip to Oakuni, sightseeing at Te Papa in Wellington, hula hooping at the Gypsy Fair in Napier, and sharing churros at the Adele concert, and the pure joy on his face while we were all dancing to YMCA at Kalutzi's. I am absolutely broken that I won't ever hear a "hi babe" anymore. He has left us far too soon. Birthdays and holidays won't ever be the same without you. We will miss your ham steaks and syrup after Christmas and going up to Whangatiao to celebrate your birthday. We will forever miss this goofy, fun-loving, heart-of-gold man with his big smile and dad jokes, but know he is in good company in heaven and will be our biggest guardian angel for our whānau. And a message just from my mum. I have over 36 years of memories of me, you and Les, and having fun, laughing, dancing, teasing one another, and drinking together. Les and I would start singing our favourite Donnie and Marie songs, and every time you would look at us with a pained expression, shake your head, and say, "You two need to put some tune in your voice." So of course Les and I would sing louder for you. We know you secretly loved it, and we will always keep singing for you, koro. We might even try some Elvis songs just for you. We shared so many great times. You and Les have been a part of nearly every wonderful memory I have. And I have seen you grow from a young, in-love boyfriend to a loving husband, a proud father to a thrilled pop. And we all know you would have been the best pop ever. And for us, you were the best uncle and brother-in-law Kaylee and I could have ever wished for. And along the way, you have always been someone who has made everything better, someone we could count on. Our lives won't be the same without you, Dave. You know I will always look after your beautiful Les, and she will always look after your beautiful babies and grandbabies. Our hearts are broken. We will miss you for the rest of our lives. Just to follow up with Kat, I don't like Kinners too. I threw up as well. So I will just leave you all with this catchphrase, and no doubt Auntie Les will cringe and maybe whack me for saying it, but it's the first thing I ever memorized, and it was tagged in my old bedroom when I was a kid, along with the Goofy on a surfboard. And it says, "Let the surf be free. If you don't know the feeling, you won't know forever. King Surfer Dave." We will miss you dearly, Uncle Dave. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Hello everybody, my name is Kennedy and this is my sister Spencer. I'm also traumatised by kinder experiences. Look, we tried our best to put together something that would be meaningful and we couldn't, so we've picked a poem instead that we hope just gives everybody a little bit of peace on this very sad day. Okay. You can shed tears that he is gone, or we can smile because he has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that he will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that he has left. Your heart can be empty because we can't see him, or you can be full of love and all the love that you have shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember him and only that he is gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back. Or you can do what he would want, smile, open your eyes, love, and go on.
excuse me, just following on from those. Oh, you're coming up. Sorry. Come on up. Sorry, Jay. Jay, not yet.
Okay. Hello. Hi everyone. My name is David. I'm the boy whose Dave's nastiest stares couldn't kill. Dave was a good man. He was a great man. A hard-working man with an exterior of steel, but a soft, caring, and loving heart of pure gold. I looked up to him. He believed in me. He loved me and cared for me like I was one of his own. He and his amazing wife, Leslie, welcomed me into their family pretty quickly. Our relationship was as good as any other father-son-in-law's relationship could be, but better. I'll wind the clocks back a bit to 2015 and share the first time I met Dave at the Britomart train station in town and other early memories. Before I do that, however, just for a bit of context, I'll start with his daughter, Hillary. I met Hills that year, 2015. We were going to the same school, Mount Albert Grammar. Prior to Hills, I had met Eli, and after Hills and I became friends, I met Ruby there too. I was in 7th form and Hills was in 6th. Hills and I met where all long-lasting and prosperous relationships begin, the internet. When we started to hang out, typically we'd find each other on Queen Street, frolicking about, speaking sweet nothings, and slowly becoming best friends. It was another sunny Saturday, just another hangout with my best friend. Hills had told me I was going to meet her father when I arrived. Yep, okay, cool, dude, cool. The pressure is on. Me, a young, naive boy with my silly cartoon character satchel bag, skinny jeans, and my long, voluminous hair tied up into a ponytail, going to meet Dave Matika for the first time. Because I caught the bus and train everywhere those times, I was running about 30 to 45 minutes late. Hills also told me that afterward, that before this day, when she had told her parents about me, Dave asked her, "Who's this boy?" "Oh, the row parties, like the league players?" "Nope." "Does he have a boat?" "Nope." "Does he like rugby?" "Nope." So we were off to quite a good start. There I went, skipped and pranced off the train and slowly went up the escalator, sweating profusely from my luscious hair and down my forehead. I was about to meet Hill's father. Meanwhile, probably by the 10th minute, Hills and Dave had a mosey around at the Noel Leeming across from Britomart, waiting for me. I came up the escalator, and then another, and there they are. There she was. There he was. Standing tall with a disgruntled look on his face, arms crossed, a strong and menacing aura surrounding his sturdy build. I looked to Hills for reassurance. "Hi, Dave. My name's David," I said, with a crooked smile from one ear to the other, trying my best to leave a good impression with my charms. "Hi, I'm Dave," he said. We shook hands, the firmest handshake I'd ever felt from a man before. A small moment passes, and he said, "Well, baby, let me know when you're ready to be picked up, and I'll come down," he said to Hills. "Okay, Dad, love you, bye." Bye, Dave. It was great to meet you." I tried awkwardly fitting in there while they hugged each other goodbye. That same year, I invited Hills to my school ball, and on the night, halfway to the Pullman Hotel where it was held, me, Hills, Eli, and his date, our chauffeur Dave called to Hills in the back seat. "Babe?" And I responded, looking at the rearview mirror, "Yeah?" Hills looked at me giggling, and I thought, what have I just done? I thought he'd said Dave, asking for me. I'd say that was a stellar start to me and Dave's relationship, and I believe Leslie was the grease that softened those old gears of his to come to like me, so thank you, Leslie, for making it a little easier. So from the babe incident, I was already trying to push boundaries. About 3 to 4 years of trying to push that boundary, hearing, "Hillary, tell that boy it's getting late." And even one time, because I'd parked my car driver's side to the right side curb trying to rush into see Hills, "David, park your car properly. We aren't in America." To which I responded, "Yep, yep, yep." I used to dance a lot back in the day, believe it or not. Ballet, contemporary, or just freestyling. I was cutting shapes on the dance floor. Dave once asked me, "So are you dancing in spandex or what?" And I said, "Actually, Dave, it's called a leotard." No. I just said, no, not in those. I think he'd have some more colourful words for me if I really did say that. I think he used to feel I was a bit weird. Well, actually, as Hills can account for, he used to cheekily say to me, "Don't be weird, Dave." He laughed when he told me to get a flathead for him, and I asked, "Which one, sorry, this one?" scattering off and coming back, showing him a Phillips. But soon enough, and also with Leslie's help, I knew my charm would get through to him. That boy slowly became David. David slowly became Bro, and then Bro became Dave. And then Dave became Davey, and then Davey became Davey Boy. And then after the arrival of Hills and I's baby Esme, he called me son for the first time. He taught me a lot of things. He was patient with me, unless I wasn't doing it his way, of course. A bit of in-law bonding time last year, he took me fishing at Okahu Bay in Orake. He taught me how to fish, what to do with a catch that was too small or too big, how to go camping, how to set up a gazebo, how to change my brake fluid, how to cook his hangi, fried bread, and his chop suey, along with so many other things. But all jokes aside, Dave was a great man. I looked up to him. He believed in me. He loved me and cared for me like I was one of his own. Dave, I miss you a lot. You helped me create memories I won't ever forget. Do things I've never done before. Excuse me. You're probably having a pure, crisp iced lager, probably with some airplanes and Milky Bars on the side, maybe yelling, "Go boy!" at the rugby, which I'm a fan of now, by the way. The boat will come soon, or sometime, I don't know. Possibly falling asleep, sitting upright in your chair, and definitely looking down on us, protecting, loving, and caring for us from above. I will always protect, love, and care for Hills. Your grandbaby Esme. Ruby like she's my sister. Eli like he's my brother. And your amazing wife Leslie like she's my mother forever. I love you, Dave. Moi maira. Until we meet again, always in my heart. Your weird, rugby-liking, no-boat-having, dancing son-in-law, Davey boy.
When Les, Dave and I were young, we used to go out and party and nightclub and go to the beach, he'd surf and we'd sunbathe, and it was just innocent fun. And that's what I'll remember about Dave. That he brought me home when I was far away. That he just said, "How you doing?" in his own way, with his smile and his laugh, and it'd make me feel like I wish I was back there. If not, just because he was ringing about how good his mussel fritters were, or the crayfish that he caught, or the kina that he had. I miss that, but I miss him. And I'm sad that he's left behind such a wonderful family, that he had such a rich life as to be thankful for, and perhaps we take for granted those that we love, until we're reminded that we're not here forever and that every moment counts. So I'm so glad he got to meet Esme. And Ruby, I know he'll be with you when you deliver Junie. And Leslie, he'll be with you forever. He'll be in our hearts and in our memories. I love you all and wish I could be with you. So take care, everybody. Bye.
Kia ora I te whānau. Mātua Dave. I knew he was a special man. The first time I saw him pull up to Selwyn Street in that flash statesman's car that he had. It even had electric windows, while we were still winding our windows up. Mātua Dave gave Murray and I a job once out at the airport, stacking airline boxes with that meat that was going overseas. Hard mahi, but Mātua Dave persevered with both of us. Mātua Dave, when I was away and I'd come home, Mātua Dave would always suggest, I'll pick you up at the airport, brother. Come stay at the house. Always have a good feed of kai moana or a good boil up. But that was the kind of man Mātua Dave was. Mātua Dave, generous, genuine, and grumpy. I'm sure his whānau can attest to that. Mātua Dave, you leave behind a hole that can never be filled. But my memories of you will never be lost, brother. Kuhina te tōtara e te wānui a tāne. Mātua Dave, kia ora.
Not enough time to say what everyone wants to say. And he was such a wonderful man, obviously, you know, in the short amount of time that we have in the chapel today. There just isn't enough time. However, the floor is now open for you to share a memory or a tribute. Just be mindful of allowing everyone else time as well. Thank you so much. The floor is open.
Kia ora, my name is James Wakeford. I'm chairman of the Ellerslie Eagles Rugby League Club, a teammate of Dave. I see 3 or 4 of our boys here, Steve, Pat, Jimmy, that we played maybe 30 years ago. I can see why he's an angry man now. All these are emotions that we have and share, how good a man he was, how friendly, how giving he was. To me, he's an angry man. And that was only for the 80 minutes he was on the field, but I can see why. From going from a skinny winger for the Manukau Rovers to a prop for Ellerslie Eagles, and there's not much left besides the bench and retirement after it. So that was Dave's job for us. A fighter, never threw a punch, tried to, wanted to, couldn't do it. But didn't stop him from trying to whack someone's head off or take it means upon himself to do the best for our team. Him and Jimmy were our bookends, and they did us proud at the front of that. Yeah, we have lots of memories. Young Leslie was early on the scene. Dave didn't want to go home most nights after football, but give him a couple of seasons at that. His focus changed to Leslie, to family, to friends. I can't say much about this man except we love him, we miss him. On behalf of the League Club, I send our condolences to Leslie family, all our family that are here today, and those abroad that can't be here with us. I thank you for your time. Kia ora.
Te ao maunga, ki e mauri o
No e ki te atua, e whakahono re te kingi tu hei te a po te tau te whirawhi. Tua whitu, pai mai. Tēnā koutou, whānau. I'm Mape Matika from Hamilton. I haven't seen this fella for years, probably been 30 plus years I haven't seen these whānau for. In a long time, I'm really saddened to come back like this. I wish I could have come here early. I can see people who really loved your brother, you really gave a hint to it. That is good, Me, Bears, and Jules Greenberg, we got to fight. But we, as we got older, we loved each other like we got up and see it. Auntie, nice to see you. We used to come down home, you're always looking bright and beautiful. So you always, no. Like I said, it's been a long time since we came up and seen this whānau. I learned to acknowledge his wife. She acknowledged me, then he told you about me. That meant a lot to me. I thought I was just a stranger. At least he came and told me that. Tēnā koutou. Nā whakamoemiti, whakawhetai aue, ki au mauna ki tāna, ki te iwi e tūne, ko koe te piringa, ka puta ki e ora. E te ariki, pai mani, e te ariki, pai mani. Āpiti ono tātou ono, te unga mate ki te unga mate. Āpiti ono tātou, te unga ora ki te unga ora. Tēnā.
Ai te whare, te au ki e whakito mai nei, ngā papatua nuku e whakito nei whenua ngā te whātua a tina tātou, tina tātou. Ko piripi tuku ingoa, kuau nei ngā whakapapa te rangatira e rāmutu a tei. My brother was Wally, which was his dad, and in the whakapapa line, Wally's dad was my dad's brother. It's to allow, and it's an honour to say a few words on behalf of if there was anything I remember about David, was his smile. And these are the things that we kind of sometimes forget about a person's smile. Dave here from the last time he was back at Hukunui, we shared at the marae with Eli and the family, back at Hukunui marae, inside the whare tupuna o Tuturua Papa Kamutu, where Dave's dad was brought up on Hukunui marae with the hapu o Ngāti Wairere. Pai rei te waka. So there you go, right there. That smile, right? Where does that smile belong? Belong to the tupuna. And his mum that has those same gifts, and his dad that has those gifts that have been given down to each one of the whānau kanis. Leslie, the pauwaru, the pani, the whānau kani a tīna tātou. Kua nei, kumi tīnā kōrero. E takato mai, e ramutu, rangatira takato, e takato rana o ngā tūpuna, ki tua whāai atu, moi mai. Mā weira, e taurina, e mara, I wau. Mā te tika, mā te pūru, me te ao ai. Te horo tātai horo, te horo mate, te horo mate. Te horo tātai horo, te hongo e. A tēnā.
Ai, te timatanga te kupu, e te atua te kupu, ko te atua e te kupu. Ati hei Māori. Kia ora whānau, My name's Jules Matika. I'm the younger brother of Mape and Basil. Like Mape said, growing up we were always fighting as brothers. But he left something out. I was the one that always won. I just want to say this to the whānau. Even though we often talk about cancer and sickness and how it affects the body, how it affects the whānau, one thing I want to share with you, what it cannot do. It cannot separate you from the love that you have for my cousin David. Although I didn't know him personally, I knew of him. And so, in order for me to be here today, I knew I had to come with the whānau. And so thank you all for allowing us to be here today. And if I could leave a word of encouragement, it will be found in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verse 21. And it says this, and this was the Apostle Paul talking to the Philippian church, and he said this, for me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. In other words, as long as he was living, as long as he was breathing, everything he was going to do was for Christ. But if he died, then it was a bonus, because he gets to be with Christ. And so for me today, to you, much aloha, Auntie Jenny, love you. Man, I used to be scared of you when I was a kid.
Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te tāka, ka tangi huki a hau, a tihei ua Māori ora. Ka tautoko hoi ngā mihuni ki te rungarawa, ki te kingi Māori a pōtatau, te wheru te tō whitu, i ono ka te whare ariki, te kāhui ariki ni tonu a whai marire ki a rātau. Ko tēnei he poto engari hi hi aroha ki te whānau pani, te whānau Matika, ngā tiwairere, nei rā te whānau o te pono o Wairaka, ngā hoa, i haere ana ki te kura i arai ki te ngā aroha, i te mahi o Uncle Dave, i whakatipu ana i a mātou no reira tātika kami ki a koutou i tēnei wā kauri. Ka huri o ki te reo tuarua i whakamārama te katoa. Kia ora everyone, my name is Kahi, and I had the privilege of going to school with Eli and Hillary at Mount Albert Grammar School, and some of my memories of Uncle Dave are some amazing memories of times where we did kapahaka together. So back in the day, I remember I was just a young 14, 15-year-old boy, never really done kapahaka before, and this new fella had come into our Māori unit, and I was like, oh, looks pretty tough, looks pretty cool. Got to know him, it was Eli, and for all of our kapahaka wānanga, Uncle Dave would be in the kitchen, working tirelessly, helping us to keep our wairoa up while we'd be getting ready for our performances, and just being there for us. Also, it's only right to talk about his support of Eli and our Mags brothers for our rugby teams, Colts Nationals, and just always being there for all of us boys. So, te rangatira Uncle Dave, e kore rawa ngā mihi kia mimiti kia koe, kia auto mai, ko mutu toma mai rungi te mato te whenua, haere te taho o mātua tūpuna kei reira o ki ai, o ki ai. Nā reira, ka whakarapa puto o ki kore i ko rā, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.
I'm here today to represent Matika Rugby Club. I'm joined today by Rodney Taylor, Lance, Hathiri and Dave Mika. I was fortunate enough to meet Dave in 2008. He'd always park in the same car park at Matika Rivers with his son Eli in the truck. And the reason it was always the same car park is because he was always the first one there, super early, and poor Eli had to do extras all the time before training started. For the first 4 years that I knew Dave, every conversation started with Eli and rugby, and my last conversation with Dave involved conversing about Eli as well. So it was very fitting. The first time I asked Dave, which is your son? He goes, oh, he should be the mongrel on the field. So to hear the word mongrel today from Eli, it just made me laugh because that's how he explained what he expected from his son. It was a mongrel with all the curls in his hair. Where do the curls come from? Not from me. So, from the club, just a big thank you to the whānau regarding your contribution to our club. Dave is a player, Dave is a parent, Dave is a coach, Dave is an old boy. It's very fitting again. The last time I saw Dave, we had a conversation on Eli, but I was in a car park about 60 metres away, and this was on October 2nd. And he walked out of the club, and I was going to yell at my father, goodbye Dave, but I didn't, because I was like, oh no, it's okay, I'll see him next month. But also, I do recall that as he walked out, he stopped and he paused, and he leant on his walking stick and he looked up to the sky. And I'm reflecting on that today, maybe that was his acknowledgement that possibly he felt that was his last time on our club. He will not be forgotten. We do have opportunities to respect his contribution and the contribution of the family as well to our club, so we'll be sure to be in touch about how best to do that. To the children, Ruby, Hillary, Eli, when you lose one of your heroes, it's important that you stay connected every day. A text does not count, a phone call every day. And to the sisters, you may not always hear from a brother, because that's what I was always like sometimes, so you make sure you contact him. And then from there, the three of you, please make sure you keep in touch with Mum. Every day, make sure there's someone there in the weekend to be by your side. Very well.
Photographs are another way of recalling precious memories that today will mean even more than they did on the day the photo was taken. Let us now sit back and watch and recall special moments with Dave.
Kia ora there, babe.
that you would call and ignore me. Wasn't the plan, but I promise you that I do really care. And it's all in my head, though I shouldn't be in bed. Should be holding you instead, but I'm lazy as hell. Work your magic, girl, just cast a spell on me. When I'm with you, I'm in the zone. Then I become nothing on my own. I need your help, I'm such a mess. You know I need you, babe. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. Oh baby, I got nothing but love with you, girl. The better part of me comes back in everything I do. So please don't roll your eyes, you know it's true. Your smile is on my Facebook wall. I go to them all, let them know that I got you. Girl, you give me sunshine deep whenever I feel blue. When I'm with you, I'm in the zone. Then I become nothing on my own. I need your help, I'm such a mess. And you know I need you, babe. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. Oh baby, I got nothing but love. You're always on my mind, girl. You're one of a kind. It's a cliche thing to say, but I don't care. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. Oh baby, I got nothing but love. Can't you see that I need you here with me? I'll have it all if I got you in my arms. Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. 'Cause you're always on my mind, girl. You're one of a kind. It's a cliche thing to say, but I don't care. 'Cause I got nothing but love for you, baby. Oh baby, I got nothing but love.
I do apologise for getting up here late. I should have got up earlier on. My name is Carl Hodges, and I'm affiliated with a lot of people that are here today from Savory Construction, which they spent nearly a quarter of a century with the company. Now, I'd like all the Savory personnel that are here right now to stand up, please. Come on. Everybody's associated with Savory. So I think if you look behind you, you see what they did to the company. They was, in every company, we have a wheel, and that wheel goes round and round and round. And they was a very important cog in that wheel. On the time we started in joinery, where he became, that truck comes into play here, it was a very important part of the truck and how that worked, and the communication with the guys from the workshop out onto sites. And every one of us here, there's some guys that have been in stages within 50 plus odd years here, down to the younger boys which have only been here for a few years. So that just goes to show you what this man here meant in the Saviour family. I'm gutted I didn't get to see Dave before he went. I knew he was sick. But to you guys, there's so many people that are here today, it makes me feel warm that we're here to send our friend off. Here, family. Here, God. That's all I've got to say. I'm not going to sing because I cannot sing like else. David.
The measure of a man is not determined by his show of outward strength, or the volume of his voice, or the thunder of his actions, or even of his intellect or academic abilities. It is seen rather in terms of the love that he has for his family and for everyone, for the strength of his commitments, the genuineness of his friendships, the sincerity of his purpose, the courage of his convictions, for the fun, laughter, joy, and happiness he gives to his family and to others, for his love of life, his patience and his honesty, and his contentment with what he has. And now we have come to the final moments of Dave's service. Shortly, I will offer the committal, and then Catherine will close our service with karakia. Our funeral director, Jay, aka Technology Man, thank you, Jay, will then come forward to assist the pallbearers and whānau in escorting Dave's casket from the church and into the hearse, where you are able to pay your final tributes with a floral tributes onto the casket. From there, you are invited for a cup of tea and light refreshments before the immediate whānau proceed to Puriwa Cemetery for private cremation at 2:15 p.m. To everyone watching via live stream, you may continue to watch until the end of the service. However, this is our opportunity to say goodbye. We hope we leave you in comfort and peace. And now, in grief at his death, but in gratitude for his life, I leave you with this. Saying your last goodbyes is the hardest part. The pain and sorrow of letting go is agonizing, and yet it is really only at this time that you can look deeply into your hearts to understand what Dave has meant to you. For some of us, especially his children, his nephews and nieces, Dave has always been a constant presence. Someone who, for some, has been around longer than the mountains and the stars. For others, we knew a man who loved life and lived it to his fullest. We don't part with such a man without pain and loss. Dave, you are so dearly loved. You are in our hearts and our minds, and we will carry you with us as we move forward with our lives. Everything you have done is still done. Everyone you have loved is still loved. Everything we have learned from you is still learned. You leave us with strength and pride to do what is good and right. And your memory will guide us just as you did when you were beside us. Thank you for being the wonderful man that you are. Go well on the next phase of your spiritual journey, knowing you are loved, cherished, and always remembered. I now invite Catherine forward to close our service with karakia. Our final haimane is He honore. The words are in your service sheets. Please stand.
Ko te ue I te rangi, ko te ue I ako kamo, haere atu rā koe, haere ki wā mamau. Kia tau, kia tātou katoa, te atawhai o tō hātoa riki, a ihu karaiti me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhi nā tahitanga ki te wairua tapu, ake, 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 amene. Tihei mauri ora. E honore, e karoria, maromo ki te whenua, whakaro, paie, ngai ngā tangata katoa. Ake, 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 amene. Te atua, te periringa, tōku oranga.
Pallbearers, please come forward.
Love me with all of your heart, that's all I want, love. Love me with all of your heart, or not at all. Just promise me this, that you'll give me all your kisses, every winter, every summer, every fall. When we are far apart, or when you're near me, love me with all of your heart, as I love you. Don't give me your love for a moment or an hour. Love me always as you've loved me from that you give me, all your kisses, every winter, every summer, every fall. When we are far apart, oh, when you're near me, love me with all of your heart as I love you. Don't give me your love for a moment or an hour. Love me always as you've loved me from the start, with every beat of your heart.
Taringa whakaranga! Kareita! Kareita! Wai kamari! Regia pakeia! Pakeia, pakeia! Wai tagaia! Kaino nei hoki! Kaino nei hoki! Mate, mate kaora! Mate, mate kaora! Mate, mate kaora! Tiki mai paka vititera! Upane, upane! Upane, upane vititera! Kamate, mate kaora! Kamate, mate kaora!
come forward for your tribute.
Kia ora there, babe.
and ignore it. Wasn't the plan, but I promise you that I do really care. And it's all in my head, though I shouldn't be in bed. Should be holding you instead, but I'm lazy as hell.